I hate that I'm like stuck at this position where it's like I started my YouTube, but it's just like I don't even know what topics to start on, where to start. Like it's not even coming from a place of discouragement or nothing. It's just like where do I begin? But I'm excited for so much that I have to share. Like I can be honest, I feel like I allow like the Instagram media, social media's platform. They're just truly every platform is different and your audience is different everywhere. But I feel like the things that I would like to share that that I refrain from because Instagram is just so vain, so perfect. But it's just like YouTube and TikTok, you can be more raw and share all those things. And I want to continue to share my journey for the people that may have challenges that are actually, encouraged and not looking at it like, oh, she did, she that. Like, you know what I mean? Not for those people, but even though those ones going to tune in as well. Things I definitely want to talk about that's been very challenging for me this year is parenting or, like motherhood. Like I've been a mother for 14 years, but the way that my parenting hit me hard this year with all my children at different stages. You got my oldest that's 14 in the 8th grade, dealing with the beginning stages of trauma, just trying to figure yourself out, the emotion part of it. My 11-year-old, and then I got my toddler. I just being a mom of multiples, having children with different personalities, different needs, different, everything. Some people would think like, oh, a parent has a favorite. It's not that parents have favorites. It's just that you have to love them accordingly to their different personalities, wants, and needs. It's different when I know people. It's like I can easily, talk and just open up as far as on that level. But it's just a lot of stuff that I know that, we discuss on a day-to-day basis in the salon that is just such relatable, no matter, how old you are, if you're single, if you're married, you know what I mean? When I say every woman that comes in my chair, or we all go through the same things, whether it be relationships, whether it be motherhood and parenting, just so many different things that we go through, and women always feel like we're alone or we have to be so strong about it or you can't talk to someone about it. So it's like just to kind of give it that common ground and peace to just know that you will get through the other side. That's always the purpose of me telling my story, because I have hit rock bottom before, but just to be grateful and happy that I made it this far. I feel like I'm always repetitive with a lot of the things I say, but when I am, it's just because the same questions are being asked, or you got to just keep revisiting it for whatever reason. Like one of the things I hate that I even have to keep explaining is like, people feel like they found a scoop, or like they got the scoop on you, when they feel like, oh, well, she ain't work out, she ain't this and that. But I'm glad I stand my ground and I heal to not let others' words, affect me, because I know what I did and I have receipts for everything. Like as far as me working on myself, losing my weight first, losing 40 pounds, and then going to a doctor, attempting to get lipo to see, not gonna say attempting, but getting lipo to see, like, I'd rather take this chance and see, if this get my fupa down to where I need it to be. But it's definitely a struggle, but I'm not gonna let nobody discredit what I did do on my own. But at the same time, when you have lost a whole person and have 3 C-sections, you're going to have stubborn fat that just won't go away no matter how much out you do. It's just inevitable because it's excess skin. So regardless, and that was my reward to myself. I said if I can maintain my weight loss for a year, I'm going to treat myself to a tummy tuck, and I deserve that. I'm done having kids. I finally made it to the other side where this has been something that's been challenging to me for years. It's just more so me just now talking about it more so, but I just hate that the society is so evil and nasty that it would really have you discouraged. Like, damn, do I share this? Do I hold it back? Hold 9 yards. But no, because either way, somebody listening, somebody paying attention. But none of it is easy. But when I say it's just, people will make it, look easy when we're only showing, the pictures or the good moments. But it's like, no, I don't mind, and I don't, and trust me, in my chair, we get raw. I'm gonna let you know, I'm gonna come in here. It's gonna be moments where I feel a mess, where I look a mess. Ain't nothing always perfect, but it's just like, just trying to find that time to just sit there and really, have that time to get personal with y'all on that level. Because I feel like at the beginning of my whole Instagram thing, that's what kind of drew people to me. My motherhood, just being a normal person like them, where you have a lot of people that, like I said, in the world that just make it seem like everything is so perfect. Or y'all look at these followers and equate that to something. I don't even look at myself like that. I appreciate them, but at the same time, if I ain't got 17K in my bank, these 17K followers is not really a big deal for me. I'm just a regular person at the end of the day doing my challenges. Like I said, not only with your children having different personalities, dealing with different personalities and people and attachments that come with those children. Of course, these are things that we go through, before we grow and learn from those. So it's not always the easiest, and I'm always throwing the monkey wrench day to day. But at the same time, I'm glad that I've become stronger to not let it break me. Because before it was like, it used to be the end of the world. Or it's just like, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to, the day to be canceled. And I still have my moments. But that's what I appreciate my man for. Because it's like when I'm having those moments, he pulls me out of that. Like, nah, babe, it's not that serious. Or we going to get through this type of deal. Because I know I can be emotional. And it'll be the end of the world type of thing for me. So that's where that balance comes in at. God will place the person for you in your life at the right time and when you need it. Like, if I didn't go through my process and go through half of the things that I went through with relationships and men, I wouldn't be able to appreciate my man now, and I wouldn't be able to deal with certain moments. Whereas, like, as though before I would be, argumentative or only see want my way, or, in certain situations like that. But I'm glad that I grew from that, so that batch, that part of me didn't push him away to just always be so, closed off, especially when he's not the person, that deserves that. But when I say we can literally go all day about just different things that, just different life challenges, being a blended family, adjusting to that, like the whole nine yards that, made me stronger unconsciously is realizing that, like I said, being at this part of my parenting, I gotta practice what I preach. I can't be telling my daughter, to speak on how you feel and not hold things in when that's all I did all my life. So I'm glad that, like I said, I got out of that and learning to just speak up. And sometimes people might not want to always, they might not always agree with what you're saying, but as long as you got it off your chest and not held it in, because all that holding stuff in until you can't hold no more, then that's when you explode, and that's usually what happens. So now with myself is trying to find that balance, because I went from holding everything in to now it's like letting it all rip. But at the same time, it's never coming, when I'm letting it out, it's never coming from a disrespectful place. It's just coming from a defensive, passion place, because you've allowed people to play you for so many years, or you're going to get defensive when it's coming at your character. I'm just super excited for, just like I said, everything that I have to share. Just like I said, just all of it. Challenges of having a business, people like, always trying to play people with a 9 to 5, and it's all good. You feel like, you don't want to listen to nobody else's, rules and regulations or whatever. I need to be my own boss, and you can, but and there's nothing wrong with that. But trust and believe, it's definitely harder. It's so much more that comes with it. You're 15, 20 people in one. And to me, I still have a boss. I answer to my clients because, like I said, I pride myself on my business, the integrity of my business and professionalism. So it's like, I'm not one of the people that's just going to roll over and just be cool with being late, or, just not coming, whole 9 yards. So I got to answer to my clients. I'm just able to be more flexible, and I'm in control of my schedule more. But it is a plethora of things, and the pros and the cons. It's a lot of stuff I just had to I learned late in life. That's too funny, because I say that all while I'm threading needles. Like, you know what I mean? That's supposed to be an assistant job. But one thing about me, I ain't never been, too good to step back into, different roles. But that's why I'm glad that I went through the process, because had I not been an assistant first, I wouldn't know how to do half the things I know how to do as a stylist. And that's why it's best to go through the process and work your way up the ladder, because you're not going to know everything off the bat. You know what I mean? Never. I learn stuff every day about myself, about my children, about my business, about life. You know what I mean? So it's so much that just changes over time. And people just have to stop being so closed-minded, or feel like, you know it all, or just too prideful. Just too prideful, whole 9 yards. Because you don't know how much more, you can achieve if you just kind of like open up and stop being so prideful.